Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is one that I'm so excited about because I'm so excited to read these books that I know that they're going to be so good, so I needed to record my reactions for you guys. A quick side note before that, if you guys notice that the quality of this is different, is because I am 99% sure that I left my Canon PowerShot, which is the camera that I've been recording my vlogs on, at LAX. Correct. So I put in a claim. We're gonna wait to hear, and we're gonna really fingers crossed this. Nonetheless, today we're going to be reading, okay? This video is going to be two of my most anticipated releases, and they were both in March, actually. I didn't even plan that. It was just more like both of them dropped and I was like, I need to read them right now, and I've low-key a little delayed. So I've been trying to not see anything. I've heard people say that they're really good, and I expect nothing less from these two women at all, so I'm so excited. So the first one is, I actually have it in my hands, is In Her Own League by Liz Tomforde. Liz Tomforde has become one of my favorite authors. I think the other day I was thinking about it and I was like, I think Liz Tomforde is my favorite author. And my favorite author before, like, thinking this, if you asked me, I would have said Abby Jimenez, which is the other book that we're going to be discussing. One second on Abby. But I really actually do think they're pretty neck and neck for me, because I was looking back at the books and I feel like they're both pretty neck and neck for me. So if I had to give like number one, I think I would still say Abby, because those books just hold a different place in my heart. They were like the first romance books that really got me into like reading. But Liz Tomforde, for sure number two. Like, her books are so good. So I do have this copy already, so I'm so excited for this because the Windy City series is my favorite series ever. For sure romance. I don't know ever, actually, because I was thinking about the Imperium series. For sure my favorite all-time romance series, for sure. So I'm so excited to get into this one. And then the other book that dropped that I don't own yet, so we will be getting that together in this video, is The Night We Met by Abby Jimenez, and that is, I'm so excited. Say You'll Remember Me, which is her previous book before this, it wasn't my favorite book of hers. It was honestly my least favorite book that she has released, but it still was very good. Like, I don't feel like I wasted my time. So with The Night We Met, I know I'm going to enjoy it. I just don't know if it will be a 5-star read, but I am hearing a lot of good reviews on it. And I'm hearing a lot of reviews of, if yours truly is your favorite Abby Jimenez book, then you're really gonna love The Night We Met. So I'm really excited. We're going to start this now. I haven't been annotating my books recently. I have been just reading on my Kindle, and that is it. I really haven't done any annotating. I haven't done any like highlighting in books. It's been a while since I've really actually annotated a book. But with Liz Tomforde, I annotated all of my Windy City series, so I feel like I really want to annotate this book. So these are gonna be like my first books annotating again in a really long time. I think the last book I actually annotated was Onyx Storm, I think. And I read Onyx Storm mid of last year. So I think that was like the last book that I genuinely actually did like the whole process of my annotating and stuff. There were other ones that like I would tab and like highlight things here and there, but it wasn't to the extent of any other ones. So we are going to really get back into it. I'm interested to see if I'm going to love annotating as much as I used to. So let's get into it. Okay, so the number one thing with annotating books is going to be getting out your annotating materials, and that's honestly really personal preference. This is how I used to annotate. I don't know if I'm going to be annotating the exact same way I used to, honestly. I don't know. I'll explain how I used to do it and how I think I'm going to change it just a little bit. But in this little pouch, I have all of my annotating tabs, and I have so many of these. You can get these off of Amazon for so cheap. So basically, I always match the color of my tabs to the cover of the book. So with this, I'm obviously going to do like a lot of like pinks and oranges, maybe a little bit of like some like purpley maroon, and maybe some green. So like these kind of vibes in a sense. So basically I sit here and I match tabs to this color. to the color palette that I'm wanting. This one is looking the most like the color palette that I'm wanting. I don't really want any blues though, so I'll take these off and like put on actual colors that I'm gonna want. So I'm gonna sit here and match that up really quickly. Okay, so this is the official color palette that I went with for the book. I feel like it literally matches perfectly. So cute. With my books, I always like to write the date that I've read the book. So on the first page right here, I like to write the date of when I started it. So today, as I'm reading this, it is March 29th. So right up here, I'm going to write March 29th, 2026. Just like so. And then when I know what my tabs are going to be, they will go under here. I just don't know what they're going to be yet. So basically what I do when annotating is I assign a different emotion or a different thing or a different character a certain color, and that is what I'm tabbing. So most of the time for like love, like if it's like a moment of like, this is so cute, like for love or whatever, I'll normally do like a pink. For things that are like sad and I'm like, this is so sad, I normally will do like a darker color. And then I'll normally assign also a color to like anytime I laugh at the book. So that will be one color. I'll assign anything that has to do with each main character. So like in this one, the main character are Monty, so I would give him one. And the female main character is Reese, so I would give her a color. That's just kind of how I do mine. I'll walk it through as I'm doing it because I feel like I'm gonna try to figure it out again in this process with you guys. So let's start with this book. I'm 3 pages in, and Kai, Max, Miller, and Kennedy already have been mentioned. And I already know that in like 3 seconds, Isaiah's gonna be mentioned. And just being back in this world is so special. If you haven't read the Windy City series, literally my favorite romance series of all time, could not recommend more. But for this just feels so nostalgic to be back in it. And I know that Rewind It Back came out last year, so it hasn't been that long, but just the nostalgic of being back in this world with like the same characters is just yeah. And 2 seconds later, Isaiah mentioned. I love them. If you've read the Windy City series, what is your favorite book and what is your favorite book boyfriend in them? Because I do think those are different. At least mine answers are different. My favorite book, obviously not including this one because I don't know anything yet. My favorite book is Caught Up, which is Kai's book. And my favorite book boyfriend is Ryan Shea from The Right Move. And I think they're different because, like, if I had a husband like Ryan Shea, that man is, all of the men in the Windy City series are perfection. But, like, Ryan, with, like, his, just the way that he listens, the way that he pays attention to her, just his acts of service for her, literally, like, my dream man. So that's why he's my perfect book boyfriend. But my favorite book with story is Caught Up. Yeah. Okay, I'm coming in with a pop in to kind of discuss everything that I'm feeling so far. So I'm literally exactly 100 pages in. Well, 102 pages in. So I'm on chapter 11. So far, eating it up. Literally read 100 pages in like maybe like an hour and a half, which is very good for me. I normally am not that fast of a reader, and I'm like breezing by. Like I literally like looked up and I was like, oh my god, I'm literally at 100 pages. So I'm eating it up. It's so good. Like the banter is starting to start right now. So, and I feel like a lot of the times, like as you guys saw in the clip before, a lot of it is just so nostalgic because I'm back in the Windy City like series and being back in Chicago like with them. I'm like, I love them. So any single time that they've mentioned any of the characters, and it's mainly been, it's a lot of them too because Monty is like so connected, obviously. So it's like been a lot of like mentions of like obviously like Miller and Max and Kai and Isaiah and Kennedy. And I'm eating it up every single time that they say them, and I love them. Nonetheless, I'm really enjoying myself so far. Like I said, the banter is just starting between Monty and Reese right now, you know, like little snippets here and there. I haven't even really annotated that much, honestly. Just like a couple little things here. Really enjoying myself. If anything particular happens, then I'll pop in, but if not, then I will see you guys at the 200 page mark for another update on how I'm feeling. Okay, check-in time. I didn't check in at the 200 page mark because my last reaction that you were seeing me kind of have, that was around the 200 page mark, and I still felt like we were still kind of at the same place as 100. Obviously there had been things that had happened and like them getting closer with each other, but it still wasn't really anything. Like my update would have been kind of the same. So now I'm at the 300 page mark, so I'm coming in with an update now. I want to start by saying that I'm really enjoying myself. I'm finding myself giggling, I'm finding myself kicking my little feet, I'm finding myself literally laughing out loud to the things that are happening in this book. Like, it's crazy. And most of the things that I'm laughing at are like just like, you know, banter, like just being back in the, again, being back in the Windy City universe. Literally perfection. Like, love. I love Liz Tomford's mind. Literally love. So I feel like now in the 300 page mark, they've definitely pushed the line a lot more. I don't even know if I've said this. I feel like I just kind of went into this with like, everybody knows what this is about. But if you don't know, this is basically about like a workplace romance. So she is his boss. So, you know, a little, you know, work dynamic there, you know. So now they've definitely crossed the line a couple times now, you know. But like now I feel like it's actually getting into like, it's no longer like, oh, I find you attractive and we're crossing the line. Now it's like, I really like you and we're crossing the line, you know. So I feel like we're finally like transitioning into like a actual really like romance. Not that I feel like in the beginning Monty was not in for the romance. Honestly, I feel like he started caring about her pretty early on. I feel like she was trying to deny it, but like now we're like both getting on the same page of like, this is actually something, you know. So I feel like my next update will probably be at the end of the book, because I believe there's about like 400, I'm assuming that there's about like 420 pages in here. So there's about like, I have like about 120 pages left. So I feel like my next update will be at the end with my final thoughts and everything. Obviously if something happens, I'll probably record my reactions to things, but yeah, let's finish the book. I'm so sad. I don't want to be out of this world, but at the same time, it's so good that I only want to be in the world, but I don't want to finish the world. Oh my god. I haven't even read it yet. Oh my god. I haven't even read the words yet. Oh. Oh my god, Reese, why would you say that? That was so beautiful. Oh my god. I've ran out of tabs for my love section. I've ran out. I need more. And I can't get up right now because I need to finish this. Oh my god. Oh my god. This Tom Ford is just really that girl. She really created such a beautiful universe. Okay, now that I finished with the book, I'm going to do the things that I always do. Well, first, I always do this, and then we're gonna talk about my tabbing. I always, on the last page of the book, write the date that I finish the book. So if you guys remember, on the first page, I write the date that I start, and then at the end, I always write the date that I ended. And I've seen people do it where they do it like on the first page, they'll write it right under here, but I like the idea of it in the back. I just feel like it gives, like, you know, like finished. So today's April 2nd, so I'm just going to write April 2nd, 2026. And I really got the inspiration to start to write the dates in my books from Madison Kate. Madison Kate is one of my favorite booktubers, book influencers ever. If you don't follow her already, go follow her, honestly. But she kind of explained it as writing the date so that my future children will be able to read my books and know when I read them in the time of my life that I read them. And that was like the most beautiful thing I've ever heard. So I've always done it since then. I want to say I've done it for mostly all of my books I've done it for that I've read. So there's probably a couple in there that I haven't done it for, but most of the time I do that. And then I'm going to go onto this first page and I'm going to put my tabs on here and what they are about and what they mean. So this is what it looks like on the inside. And basically my tabs were love, Reese moments, sadness, smile and laugh. Like I put ill, but like disgust, and then Monty moments. And these are what my tabs look like. I don't know if you can super see it. I want to say there's honestly not that many, especially if you were to grab any of my other Windy City series books. There's like double the amount of tabs in there as there is in this one. I would say that's because like this book is less good than those. I wouldn't say it's because of that. I would just say when tabbing, I used to literally tab, like I would smile and I'd be like tab. This one, it was definitely more of like if I actually felt that emotion. It wasn't just like, oh, I kind of smiled here. It was really like I really laughed, or I really smiled at this, or like this really was like a love moment, or this was like really a character building moment for me. I feel like I was more selective on what I tabbed, so like I feel like these tabs are a lot more meaningful than those ones per se, you know. I'm sure that those are really good too, but these definitely mean, like, definitely really mean what they are tabbed for. Moving forward, I don't know if I'm going to really stick with tabbing my books anymore. Like I said, I haven't in a while. A lot of my books I've been mainly just reading off my Kindle and just like, you know, vibing with them that way. And even physical books, I've read physical books, but I've not tabbed them. And honestly, I feel like I might not be tabbing in the future. I feel like I might continue with like Liz Tom Ford books in the future just because I have all of the other ones tabbed. But I feel like it's not really going to be a priority for me. I feel like if anything, I do want to start making sure that I'm highlighting things that I really find really important, because I'll like do it in my Kindle and like take a picture of it, but I won't do it in the physical book. I want to make sure that I'm like translating those into my physical books. But nonetheless, great time. And if you couldn't tell already that this was a 5-star read for me, this took me on so many emotions. I was laughing, I was crying, I was smiling. It was a beautiful love story. I love Monty, I love Reese. Literally so good. Their love story was so good, and the way that I was literally like crying over the smallest of things, so good. The universe that Liz Tomford has made is so beautiful, and if you have not read this series, I highly recommend to read it now. Now, my next most anticipated drop that we've already discussed is The Night We Met by Abby Jimenez. We are going to go in store to go pick that up together. So the next clip will be me getting the book, and we're going to be starting that one. And I already know that that one's also probably going to be a 5-star. So this is great to start off the month with. She's in my hands. Oh my goodness. She's beautiful. Hello, we are back on my actual PowerShot camera. When I tell you that this is really my favorite thing ever, like just look at the wide angle lens, everything. I could literally be like, my hand is like, I could touch the lens, but like my whole face is in it. Ugh, my favorite. Anyways, we are gonna go ahead and get started with our next read. This one I'm so excited about. I honestly think I was a little bit more excited for In Her Own League because that was obviously like within the whole world. Technically this is a interconnected standalone, as all of Abby's books are, but technically you could read this on its own. I do know that the main male character in this book is friends and part of the friend group of the main male character from Say You'll Remember Me. So I know that there'll be pop-ins and everything, but I feel like the whole universe and the closeness of the Windy City series made me so excited for that one. Not to say I'm not excited about this though. So I'm so excited to get this started. With this one though, I will not be tabbing it, kind of for two reasons. Because one, with In Her Own League, I kind of found that I don't necessarily need the tabs anymore. So like I feel like, you know, I don't necessarily need that, and that does add extra steps to reading because, you know, then you're stopping, you're putting tabs in, and and then two, this book does have sprayed edges. It has these fireworks sprayed edges, which is beautiful, you know, love that. Honestly though, I'm kind of a hater for sprayed edges. I feel like most of the time I don't even like a sprayed edge. I'm like, half the time it doesn't even need it. Like honestly, if there was an edition without sprayed edges, I would have gotten that, honestly. So one, if you put tabs on sprayed edges, you can't really see them. And then also, since I don't really feel like it's necessary. So with this one, what I'm going to do is have a highlighter with me. So I just got a blue highlighter, and I'm going to highlight and have like a pen with me and see if I like that. Because I do like to have, sometimes there's like a line or just a quote or something that I do want to like be able to go back and like see. So I'm going to try that and see if I like that better, or if I really just don't even need anything, honestly, with my books, and can just read. So we are going to go ahead and get started on this, and I'm so excited. I am currently 14 pages in, and I just know that Chris is going to be another great and beautiful, unrealistic book boyfriend written by Abby Jimenez. And I don't know if my heart is ready. Every single man that Abby writes is literally perfection. And I'm 14 pages in, and I just know that Chris is going to be not even a little bit short of a perfect man. Just the things that he's saying, the things that he's doing already, and we're only 14 pages in. Okay, we're gonna do a check-in. I am on page 214. I didn't do a 100-page check-in because I'm kind of in the same spot I am at 200 pages that I am at 100 pages. So like 100 pages, I felt like I didn't really have anything to report on. And honestly, 200 page mark, and I still don't feel like I have much to report on because we're still in the same spot. So if you guys didn't know, the trope in this is boyfriend's best friend. So that's crazy. This is a crazy trope. I've never read something like this. So is it good? Yeah, like obviously Abby's writing, Abby's banter is so good. So they are forming a very beautiful friendship, but and I'm talking about our female main character and our male main character, they're building a very beautiful friendship, and now is when we're kind of getting from both ends of like, wait, like they're kind of seeing each other a little bit differently, but nothing has happened, nothing has kind of progressed. So honestly, I don't really have that much to report on. Am I enjoying myself? Yes, but I need things to start picking up soon in the next couple of chapters, you know? So I will probably report back around the 300 page mark to see what we are looking like then. But I'm enjoying myself, but I need it to pick up at the same time. Is how I feel. I'm currently on my way to California, so I'm listening to the audiobook of The Night We Met. And to premise, audiobooks are not my favorite. I actually don't really like audiobooks, but I figured I might as well listen to it because I needed to finish the book like as soon as possible, and there is a bit of traffic, so I might as well. And I will say that I am enjoying this audiobook a little bit more because it's dual narrated, so there's like a female for Larissa's voice and there's a male voice for Chris, so I feel like that helps because a lot of times audiobooks they'll deepen their voice, like, oh, if a woman is narrating, they'll deepen their voice for like the man, but I do enjoy that it is dual. Anyways, the man that Chris is, oh my god, things have progressed now, things are happening now, and the men that Abby Jimenez writes, like, if I could get that tattooed on me, I would. Like, the men that Abby Jimenez writes is fucking insane. Oh my fucking god. I love Chris. I love him so much. Oh my god. I will catch up with you guys when I have another update, but just wanted to tell you guys that things are now happening and kind of show you what my reactions have been like while things are playing out right now, because fucking insane.
After everything happened and I was just by myself, and I thought, is this what it was like for him? Nobody to talk to, nobody to give you advice or tell you if you're being an idiot or to just listen. A lump bolted to my throat. He sniffed and blinked out at the cars. You know what she...
Hello. I have finished The Night We Met by Abby Jimenez, and when I tell you, I'm just going to tell you really quickly my first initial thoughts, and then we're going to discuss it, okay? This is a 5-star. Abby did it again. Abby did it again. There is going to be some discussion on this, but just had to get that out of the way, okay? 5-star. So good. So all of her books are interconnected, and they have trios, but technically they all live in the same Abby verse. So Say You'll Remember Me and The Night We Met are in the same friend group. So both of the main male characters are in the same best friend group. So that's how they're more connected, but technically Say You'll Remember Me is also connected to Just for the Summer. They're all connected, but there's smaller groups of them also in there. So this is the Say You'll Remember Me trio, basically. So when Say You'll Remember Me came out, obviously I was so excited. I rated every single one of Abby's books a 5-star except for Say You'll Remember Me. I wasn't as impressed by Say You'll Remember Me. I rated that one a 4-star, which is crazy when all of her other books have been a 5-star for me. And I have a whole TikTok ranting about it right when I finished it and my thoughts fresh out of the book. But basically, to really quickly sum it up, is I just felt like everything was very rushed in that book. And there was quite a bit of time jumps in that book. And there was in this one too, but these felt less rushed, if that made sense. There was enough buildup and enough things that we could do a 2-week jump and it wasn't that crazy, you know? I didn't feel like I was missing anything. Whereas in Say You'll Remember Me, I felt like I was missing all of those moments, you know? So for that one, I rated that a 4-star. So with this one, I was a little nervous going into it. I don't know if nervous is technically the right word, because I knew Abby was going to write a good book. Say You'll Remember Me was a good book. I still enjoyed my time in it. It just wasn't a 5-star, you know? So when going into this one, I was just a little bit nervous that it wasn't going to be a 5-star, and, just that little bit of whatever I was feeling. But let me tell you, this is a 5-star. And I think I know exactly why it wasn't, or why it is a 5-star and why Say You'll Remember Me wasn't a 5-star. So when I finished it, I was like, do I wish that there was maybe one more chapter at the end? Yeah, but I feel like I can live without that. It literally was a 5-star. The way that Chris loves, oh my god, Chris is a very active service man, and that is my number one like top thing in like life, but also like book boyfriends. Oh my god, it's my favorite thing ever. My number one book husband is Ryan Shea from the Right Move in the Windy City series, and his love language is also acts of service. So like this was just chef's kiss. I loved Chris. I loved it, and I loved the ending. I won't obviously speak on it to not spoil anything, but just I loved their love. I loved their friendship into the love, and I loved the guys' friendship also. So good. But why I said that I know why I liked this one so much more than Say You'll Remember Me is in the author's note, Abby was writing that she started The Night We Met first. She started writing it first, and it was like a tougher subject for her to write about just because boyfriend's best friend is a hard trope to really get right. I was a little scared there for a second, but she said that she was writing this one first, but it was harder for her to write. So she basically finished Say You'll Remember Me first and left this one like not fully done. So she kind of switched the order on what the original book order was going to be. Originally, this one was supposed to be first, and then Say You'll Remember Me was supposed to be second. But she switched them, and so she wrote Say You'll Remember Me in 4 months and wrote The Night We Met in 2 years. So personally, I feel like that makes a difference. At least in the reading style. I know some of her other books that I did rate a 5-star, she has written it in a shorter timeline, closer to like the 4-month mark. But I don't know, I just feel like that one was, it just felt rushed. And I feel like knowing that she wrote it in 4 months, that makes sense. And knowing that she took 2 years to write this one, like it just really makes sense for me. And this one is just so good. I highly recommend, okay? I need you to go read this. I also think that it's really insane that the 2 most anticipated drops of the year, and like why I did this whole video, both 5-star. I'm telling you, Abby and Liz are like neck and neck for my favorite author of all times. I don't know which one I would really pick, honestly. I think I would give it to Abby just because of like the nostalgia and everything. So probably Abby and Liz, but they're like right there, like so freaking good. I will buy everything that they ever write. I love them so much. If you haven't read either one of these, I highly recommend. I think you could tell by my reactions for any of the books that I highly recommend them, obviously. But if you haven't read them, go read both of these authors because literally life-changing books. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will see you guys next Sunday. Bye.